I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to the world of Oris. Today, I'll be your guide to the usage, care, and maintenance of your Oris Artelier Calibre 113. Now, it's important to know that this is a manually wound timepiece with an immense mainspring barrel, enabling 240 hours of autonomy between windings. Therefore, when winding the watch, several dozen turns of the crown will be necessary to fully energize the timepiece. Start with the crown in the first position flush to the case, and turn in a clockwise direction. Now, as the watch approaches its terminus at 10 days indicated, the watch will automatically decouple the mainspring so that you cannot accidentally overwind the watch at the extreme end of the power reserve. Therefore, to fully top the watch off, simply continue turning until you can see that the power reserve indicator is advancing no more. Now the watch has been wound, there are some subsidiary setting functions that can be used to properly set the calendar as well as the time. Now the calendar is actuated by pulling the crown out one increment from the winding position, that's one increment or 1 detent out from flush, and now as you turn the watch in a clockwise direction, you will cycle the day of the week at 12, and you'll note the week of the year indicated radially. Reverse the direction of the crown, and now you quick set the date. All functions of the calendar display are actuated through the crown in the second position. Pull the crown out to its outermost position, 2 detents out, and now you activate the stop seconds function. The best way to use this to set your watch against a reference is to stop the seconds hand exactly at the index at 60, and then against a known accurate reference such as an online atomic clock, set the watch to the correct hour and set the minute hand 1 minute ahead. Wait for your reference time to catch up to the very second, minute, and hour you've set, and then push the crown back in. The seconds hand will continue its advance. Now you've synchronized your timepiece. Now there are 3 principal hazard areas to take into consideration. All of them relate to the care of your watch against known threats to fine mechanical timepieces: water, magnetism, and shock. Start with water. The most ubiquitous and the most dangerous. Remember that no leather strap is ever water resistant, so always ensure that the watch is on a bracelet, rubber, or textile strap prior to moisture exposure. Furthermore, it's important to remember that you can help avoid accidental drownings by keeping the crown flush to the case whenever there is water on the case, not just during submergence, but whenever there's any moisture on the case, as attempting to wind or set can bypass the seals and introduce water to the interior of the timepiece. Furthermore, water resistance is not a static feature of a watch, and Oris recommends an annual water test at an authorized service center to ensure that the watch's hermeticity as rated from the factory is retained. And what is that hermeticity? Every Oris features its water resistance rating engraved on the case back. 5 bar is the equivalent of a 50-meter static test depth. Oris cautions that 50 meters or less means the watch is rain and splash resistant and should never be submerged or used for bathing. So remember, avoid accidental drowning by keeping the crown flush to the case, water testing annually, and keeping the watch disused when bathing or swimming. Moreover, magnetism, although not as obvious as water, may be more ubiquitous because magnetism can be found in the closures of purses, wallets, refrigerator doors, high-powered wiring looms, speakers, subwoofers, and MRI equipment. Now, the performance of a magnetized watch will be erratic. The hairspring at the center of your beating balance is altered, and the watch may run fast, it may run slow. But if you suspect, due to erratic timekeeping, that your watch may be magnetized, take it to an authorized service center where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize the watch. Shock, however, can cause more permanent damage. Severe concussion, such that the shock protection systems of the movement cannot cope, include tennis, batting, golf, firearms marksmanship, riding of ATVs or mountain bikes, so disuse the watch during these activities as a precaution. Finally, a fine mechanical timepiece requires comprehensive service per Oris every 3 to 5 years. It's best to have overall condition, chronometric performance, and water resistance checked together during your annual water test. If service is necessary, your watch will be reconditioned entirely by factory or factory authorized service to include cosmetic finish, strap, water resistance, as well as the cleaning, oiling, and adjustment of your movement. Perform this exclusively at authorized service centers, as these agencies solely have the trained personnel, tools, and equipment, as well as original Oris replacement parts to maintain the value of your watch as both an instrument and as an investment. Moreover, only these agencies can back all parts and labor invested with an Oris factory service warranty. Finally, visit our website at govbergwatches.com and call, text, or email our specialists who will be happy to walk you through every phase of the ownership, care, and use of this or any Oris fine timepiece.